You know, for crazy people like me, hashtag it's always stout season, but for the rest of society, now is about that time for the rest of you to start cracking open stouts. This is called For All the Cows. It's a 5.7 milk stout from Heist Brewery up in Charlotte, and I'm excited to try this with you. So why don't we just do just that right after the theme song. Howdy folks, welcome back into the Midland studio as per usual with yours truly, Nutmeg 2 Palmetto. And you've gotten a lot of hazies from me, a lot of New England style IPAs lately. And I mean a lot. So let's switch things up a bit and go to one of my always tried and true styles. That is the stout, more specifically the milk stout. This, For All the Cows, from Heist Brewery. Grab this up in in Rock Hill. They're right next to each other, but they're like kissing cousins. They're like 20 minutes apart. So they're not really right on top of each other. Grab this up in Rock Hill at the Main Street Bottle Shop. It is a 5.7 milk stout, as previously stated. A little blurb on Untappd. This milk stout is brewed with a mix of specialty chocolate, malt, and flaked oats for a silky mouthfeel and a touch of lactose for sweetness. Notes of semi-sweet chocolate chips, toffee, and light roast coffee. Ooh. Toffee, coffee, and some chocolate chips. Those things add up to a pretty dang tasty milk stout. I'm even more excited now to crack this open with you fine folks, so what do you say? We do just that. Get your weekend started off right. Ooh. Look at that luscious, creamy head. Goes to show you folks, even hard pouring a stout gives you that nice frothy top on your beer. Now milk stouts, to me, you want that creaminess, you want that chocolatiness. It's not like a regular stout that has a little more coffee, a little more bitterness, a lot of that dark chocolate type of vibe. So let's take a whiff. Interesting enough, the chocolate's there. You can definitely pick it up. But definitely get a lot more coffee out of this. A lot more of a coffee note. A lot more of a toffee note. More roasty. Not as much sweet. The sweet chocolate is there. Don't get me wrong. I do not want to be misinterpreted on this. The chocolate sweetness is there, but it's very, very subtle. It's the overbearing presence of the aroma is a lot more of that coffeeness, but it's soft. It's not like an overpowering, like smother your face in coffee beans type of aroma. It's kind of balanced, very kind of balanced in it. So, why don't we waste no more further time and take a sip. This might settle. This might change a little bit as it warms up. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to get an extra sip in to try and figure out my brain patterns and breaking down this beer. So when I think of milk stouts, all roads I always compare to are the Brown Cow Milk Stout from Forest City Brewing in Middletown, Connecticut. That was the sweetest, chocolatiest beer I've ever had. Well, I shouldn't say beer. Stout I've ever had. And everyone since then, whether it just labels itself as a stout or as a milk stout or whatever the case may be, they always come across more of that coffee, toffee, roasty type of vibe, experience, that sort of thing. Sensation, if you will. This one is kind of right down the middle. The initial flavor, now granted, mind you, I just took that sip and I got like a little bit of a raspberry flavor, which doesn't make any sense at all. So that might just be my jacked up palate. But this one, it comes in with like a carbonated type of sweetness, like almost like a cherry Coke. And then the back end mellows on the palate, gets to the back end. The back end is kind of more of that coffee, toffee roastiness that you expect from our traditional type of stout. The sweetness is not so much there. I burped from that, excuse me. Yeah, it's getting that. There's a very carbonated type of sweet cherry cola almost type of flavor up front. And then the back end is just this, not overpowering, not super strong, but enough of a roasty, toffee, coffee type of note to throw off that sweetness a little bit. So it's definitely more of a regular traditional stout than a milk stout, at least in my opinion, and what I compare to the elite of elites when it comes to milk stouts. But this is nonetheless very good. It's just different. It's got a lot of different things going on. I mean, like I said, the aroma was this type of sweet coffee balance. It was more sweet, but very subtle. And then the flavor has this like cola in, very light, mild coffee toffee coming out. So it's definitely kind of playing around with the palate. As it gets more room temperature, it might change my opinion a little bit, but the initial offerings are definitely more of a cola flavor going in. Very, 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 I cannot emphasize enough, very mild, roasty flavor coming out. A very ever-changing beer. Heist is a big-time brewery out in Charlotte, so I'm not surprised that they can fill these complexities like they can. Very unique beer. I'm going to be excited to finish the rest of this. I'll take one more sip with you fine folks. I may take another one. That might have been why. If you liked what you saw, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when these videos drop, straight to your phone, mobile device, tablet, computer, what have you. If you want to recommend a beer to me or maybe even send me a beer, email me, nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. chit-chat it up. And if you want the rest of my nonsense and insanity, follow me on my social media channels, TikTok and Instagram, at Nutmeg2Palmetto. And until the next time, see, I did lie. I'm going to take another sip. I'm going to go finish this. Till the next time, folks. Cheers, and I'll see you then.